Hello there, and welcome to this week's episode of Faith Children at Home. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about how Paul uses sports to teach us about our faith and how we can grow and train in our faith, just as someone could grow, get better, and train in a sport. But before we do that, I'm going to pass it off to Nolan out in the field for some important announcements. Nolan?
Hey everybody, Nolan here, checking in on vacation. But I love Noah so much that I chose to film him. Anyway, my only announcement is that this upcoming Saturday is the Kids Take Over the Garden event. Come on out, we're going to try some funky vegetables and learn how to serve our community through stuff like a garden with food for people that can't have it themselves. So yeah, it's going to be a great event. I'll be there, Noah will be there, and Darren's going to be there. And you are also going to be there. It's so sweet. I'm excited. Passing it back to you, Noah, in the studio.
Thanks so much, Nolan. We always appreciate your hard work. And I hope to see Nolan and all of you watching this video at the Kids Take Over the Garden event this Saturday at 1 p.m. at Faith Church. We're going to be playing in the garden, eating some funky vegetables, and learning about what God's Word teaches us about seeds. But enough of that for now. We're going to be talking about Paul. So Paul uses the analogy of a race. He says that all runners run a race, and they all try to win it. And they all train as hard as they can in order to win the prize. So what Paul is saying there is that not we as Christians need to run a literal race. I mean, you can if you want, but he's not saying that we need to run a race like we do in the basement of the church on Sunday morning, sometimes in the hallway, or when people do in cross country or track. He's saying that we, like runners who train for a race, we can also train in our faith. So think about it. Most of you, almost all of you, I think, play some sort of sport. Let's say baseball, basketball, soccer, equestrian, whatever it may be. You guys practice pretty regularly, right? You guys probably don't practice just once a week. Probably practice a couple days a week at least. And the people that train for the Olympics or the biggest sports, they're training every single day. Their entire lives are dedicated to growing in that sport. Because if you just practice once a week, you're probably not going to get much better. And if you practice just whenever you felt like it, you probably won't get much better either. And so Paul is saying, in our faith, let's say you just went to church or read the Bible, say once a week. Well, you can go to the church once a week. But let's say you only spent quality time with God or Jesus once a week. Your faith might not grow as strong as someone who is dedicating time every single day to serving and learning about God. And so Paul isn't saying that only one person who runs this race is going to win it, only one Christian is going to win this prize. He's just demonstrating that we should be running like we're trying to win. We should be training in our faith so that we can grow just strong and as close with Christ as we possibly can. And what's really important about this too is that he teaches us to not do it based on our own strength, to trust in the Lord to provide us with strength. And he goes back to a verse in Isaiah 40. Actually, if we jump back here, I'll read it for you guys. In Isaiah 40, verse 31, "But those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." And so Paul, like in Isaiah, teaches us that if we trust in Jesus, he will provide us strength in the Lord. He will provide us strength to disciple others, to teach people about Christ, to forgive others with unlimited potential, so that we can spread the gospel of Jesus, and that way we can all inherit the prize in heaven that will never ever fade away at the end of our lives. And so with that, guys, we learned that we can train our faith in a similar way that we can train in a sport, all for the sake of glorifying God and growing with him every single day. I hope to see you all at the Kids Take Over the Garden event this upcoming Saturday at 1 p.m. And if I don't see you there, I'm sure I will see you soon. Love you all. Have a great day.